Georgia Revolution FC take on Nashville in the only NPSL game of the evening. The Revs come in on a hot streak. They've won 2 straight games, looking for their 3rd win. And Nashville come off a 5-1 win over Asheville City and then a 1-1 draw against the New Orleans Jesters. I'm Riley Molesky, joined with Jason Longshore, the commentator for Atlanta United on 92.9 The Game.
What's up? Welcome. Glad to be here. I'm excited for some NPSL action. As you mentioned, the Revolution come in 2 wins in a row, and it was a big win Saturday night in Chattanooga. 4-2 win. The Revs jumped out to a 3-0 lead in the first half. Jamar Oakley, Rodrigo Goncalves, Isaac Promise, Alex Harley were your goal scorers. Let's get into the starting lineups real quick. Nashville, Gregory Warden, Frank Down, Jonathan Guadarrama, Jordan Dunston, Andreas Gunter, Jonathan Ramon, Ian McGrath, Michael DeGraffenreich, Blake Levine, Ramon Howell, Ivan Saku. They have 3 players on loan from Nashville SC in the USL. Those will be some guys to watch: Howell, DeGraffenreich, Dunston. For the Revolution, starting in a 4-3-3, Eric Atti in goal. Backline left to right, Sagi Hirsch, Marveli Keese, Vlad Margolin, Jack Gurr. 3 central midfielders, Tony Tiente, Alhaji Tambadou, Adama Kamara. And frontline left to right, Jamar Oakley, Isaac Promise, and Ryan King.
And we're off from Henry County. Blake Levine has the ball, the Sporting Kansas City Academy player, also play with the USA Developmental Academy, and a long ball goes over the top. Eric Audi controls it, throws it out on the left near side for the Revs. And a reminder, on this broadcast, we're broadcast from inside, so you cannot see the far right and left near corners. Isaac Promise, the Turkish national, gets held a little bit, but a no call, playing the advantage. Jamar Oakley now has the ball, tries to get it over to Ryan King on the far side. Ryan King working it into the box. Tries to go near post, looking for Jamar Oakley there, but right into the hands of Jonathan Guadala, the Nashville keeper.
Nice work from King on the right, unable to cut that cross back to pick someone out.
Ryan King had a very nice season at Clayton State University, scoring 12 goals and 3 assists. Another ball played over the top, but cleared by the Revs back line, and Blake Levine now has the ball. International.
Offside. Nice build-up from Nashville. You know, they arrived a little late. That's why we got off to a late start tonight. So they have to kind of find their footing, ease into the match a little bit, trying to knock the ball around. Timing's a little off in the early going.
And Nashville kind of showing the importance of the U.S. Open Cup after they got a big 5-1 win over the Charlotte Eagles, the PDL. A match where Chuck Aurora scored 3 goals in 35 minutes. He is on the bench today, but then they played Nashville SC, their new USL team in town, and that's looking to go MLS. And Nashville SC beat them 2-0. But after the game, they sent 4 players on loan to Nashville, so that's kind of showing the importance of the U.S. Open Cup.
Yeah, I love that setup with Nashville SC, sending some players who had a chance to see all of those guys in preseason when Atlanta United went up to Nashville. And Howell especially impressed me. Ramon Howell, the Jamaican, kind of a box-to-box guy. They call him Ticha. Strong player, just guys who weren't quite getting enough playing time with the Nashville SC squad. It's a good opportunity for them to get some time here.
Now Jamar Oakley has the ball on the near touchline, trying to create some space. Jamar Oakley tries to get around 3 defenders there, still has the ball. Jamar Oakley, 18-year-old from Jamaica. He's on the Jamaican U18 national team, and he played this past season collegiately for Georgia Gwinnett College. He was awarded a free kick.
Fouled by Andreas Gentner from Nashville.
Jack Gurr looks to be taking the free kick. He was the minute man of the match, and the Revs' first game in the season against Greenville was a 3-1 victory over the team making their inaugural appearance. And Greenville has made some noise in the Southeastern Conference. They've garnered a large fan base, getting about 1,500 fans a game at Furman University. A very, very nice setup there. Marvelli wins the ball back for the Revs, and the Revs look to counter. Ryan King now trying to get a through ball to Isaac Promise, but they're not on the same wavelength, and a goal kick coming up for Nashville.
Good aggressive play in the back by Keese to jump in front of Saku. Nashville is trying to get out of their own half as quick as possible and play to the big man up top, Saku, but he's got a battle with Keese and Margolin.
Goal kick. Weak goal kick played right to Ryan King. Now Nashville is settling, looking to break apart the Revs defense. A defense that for the first time did not dominate possession against Chattanooga FC last weekend, but the Revs played very, very strong defense and really kept CFC off the scoreboard until late in the second half, and then a garbage time goal made it 2 goals for Chattanooga in an absolutely dominant performance.
Nice tackle there by Ian McGrath to win the ball back for Nashville, earn a free kick. It's going to be Raymond to take it. The Frenchman played with Miami United in NPSL last season.
Free kick played in the box. Revs cleared out, and Adam Kamara is shoved after he's trying to win a header there.
Oakley nearly got on the end of that. Ramon playing it safe, playing it back. Frank down, bringing it down the right wing for Nashville.
Now Ramona Howell has the ball, tries to get it out to Frank Dow. Can't connect there, and a throw-in coming up for Georgia Revolution. Soggy Hirsch takes it out, the man from Israel.
That's the challenges with incorporating guys on loan for Nashville. You have some players who aren't quite on the same page just yet.
Now Isaac Promise there is trying to win a ball against the Nashville back line, but can't seem to do so. He's had a very nice career professionally. He scored 77 goals in the Turkish First Division and even got 3 caps for the Nigerian national team. And Nigeria had a nice World Cup run that ended, unfortunately, earlier this week.
As a lifelong Argentine fan, I was a little happy with that one on Tuesday. Sorry, Nigeria. Sorry, Isaac.
And the Revs have the most national team players in the conference. You have Dion McCulley, a former Atlanta Silverback player, is also on the roster. He's missed a few games due to national team duty, but he is the all-time leading scorer for Belize. Some guys like E.J. Hasten, who have played for Sierra Leone and other national teams.
That's a great ball from down the right wing. Ati came out for it, couldn't get there. Big team, Nashville. Trying to use that size as an advantage.
Ball played up the far left wing for Nashville. Jagger with a nice defensive effort. And now Nashville is moving the ball to the near side, looking for Frank Dow. Frank Dow gets to Ramon Howell. Ramon Howell cuts back, gets back in the middle of the pitch. The Revs are very aggressive on defense so far in the first half. They're really attacking and swarming this Nashville attack.
It took Nashville a little bit of time to settle in, but now we're starting to see it. Saku's jersey grabbed, no call, advantage played.
And this is the second match in a row the Revs have willfully given away possession, looking to counter more, use their speed to their advantage. The Revs are the fastest team that I've seen in any NPSL action this season, with the likes of Jamar Oakley and Tony Tiente, Adam Kamara, and Isaac Promise.
You know, styles make fights. That's what they say. And you have a fast team in the Georgia Revolution, and you have a strong physical team in Nashville.
Ball played up by Soggy Hirsch, and Isaac Promise can't quite turn on it. Gets his jersey pulled a little bit. Nashville has possession once again.
The Grafenright, the center back from Louisville, from Nashville SC. He's able to get up there and play Promise physically and win that one.
Isaac Promise was called a little bit lazy early in the season when back-to-back games at Asheville, he kind of looked bored on the defensive end and didn't put much effort forward. But he's come back and he's the leading scorer for the Revs, scoring 5 goals, and he is in 5th place in the NPSL Southeastern Conference Golden Boot race right now. Tom Piers of the New Orleans Jesters is out in 1st place with 7 goals.
We see it with goal scorers. They don't want to play defense. They want to stay up and wait for the play. They want to score goals. Sometimes you have to have a conversation or two to get them to buy in defensively. Promise has 9 guys behind him doing a lot of the work for him right now.
Now Vlad tries to get the ball up to Ryan King, but a great defensive header clears the ball away for International. Now Jack Gurr has the ball on the far side. Jack Gurr trips and falls, retains possession of the ball. Tony Tiente plays it back to Marvelli. Marvelli now with a lot of time. Gets it to Tiente. Excuse me, that was Alahargi Tabanuhu, the newest signing for Georgia Revolution. And Isaac Promise is offside, but going back to Tabanuhu, he played a little bit for Georgia Southern, and before that he was with the Atlanta United Academy.
I had a chance to call Alhaji Tambadu's match in the high school state championship last year, Clarkston High School against McIntosh, and Tambadou was one of the best players on the field there, and he was able to take that form down to Georgia Southern and play in 15 matches in his freshman year, start 11. Was one of the top freshmen in the conference.
There are a lot of exciting freshmen on this Revs team, most notably Tony Tiente, who spent some time with PSG Academy, and he's getting looks from the France and German First Division while playing his freshman year at Georgia Gwinnett College under Coach Stio. One of the nice things for the Revs is they have a lot of players that all play together collegiately with Georgia Gwinnett.
Saku kind of shanked that shot pretty easy for Eric Ati to get his both hands on that one and bring it in safely.
Now ball play to Frank Dow. Frank Dow looks to cross it into the box, but poor cross out of bounds. A goal kick coming up for Georgia Revolution.
Good pressure there on the cross. Didn't give him a clean look. Forced it a little bit. Nashville's looked good considering, they got here late. You have to deal with traffic. It's a long trip, and you get out, jog, loosen up the legs a little bit, and you're playing straight away. They've settled in nicely.
Eric Gotti looking to take the goal kick. He had a long history with the Atlanta Silverbacks. Was the first ever Atlanta Silverback reserve player to sign with the first team in the NASL. He also spent time with the Wilmington Hammerheads and the Charlotte Independents of the USL.
Played some indoor as well.
Revs have the ball again. That's Jamar Oakley on the near touch line. Gets it out to Dom Kamara. Dom Kamara gets the ball stolen away there. That's Saku with the steal, and then Adam gets it right back.
Saku
Poor ball
dropping in
chest.
defensively for Nashville, doing the job.
Ciense has the ball, the Revs' most physical midfielder.
It's a nice turn from Tambadou.
Tambadou plays it to Jack Gurr. Jack Gurr, a lot of time. Poor through ball there. Right to the feet of Warden.
Great work from Tambadou. The turn, then picking out a pass to Gurr down the right side.
Gurr with a throw for the Revs. Jack Gurr now looking to cross into the box. Fantastic defensive effort there. But an offside was called on Isaac Promise.
Both teams creating some chances in the early going. 13th minute here at Henry County High School. Still scoreless.
Goal kick played in. Jack Gurr pressure now. Jack Gurr pokes the ball away. International recovers. Backheel pass played off of Jack Gurr to throw in for International FC. Ball played right at the feet of Mavelli.
Good work to win that back by the Revs, but then the giveaway.
And now Ramon Howell is countering quickly for Nashville. Saku has the ball at his feet. Saku gets out to Blake Lively, who played for Sporting Kansas City.
More and more you're seeing academy products from MLS academies find their way into the NPSL. You have Blake Levine, you have Alhaji Tambadou, plenty scattered all around the NPSL.
Yeah, Greenville FC, basically their entire roster is filled with former MLS Academy players. The best of them is Malcolm Frago, their right winger, spent a lot of time with the Seattle Sounders and their USL team, Seattle Sounders 2. Jack Gurr holding on to Blake there. No foul called. Graf Knight has the ball in a lot of time. Gets it up to Ramon Howell. Ramon Howell across the end of the box for Saku.
Flag goes up. You're seeing the quality of the Nashville SC players with this Nashville group. You have the two center backs to Grafenreit, Dunston. Obviously a connection there holding down the back line. You have Ramon Howell back and forth playing the number 8 box-to-box role. It's a strong group, and those three are the core. I really like what Saku is doing as well up top so far, making the Revolution back line work pretty hard, and it's an even match in the early going.
Ryan King, ball played off his back, couldn't quite judge the ball there. Jack Gurr wins the ball back, plays it to International, to Michael de Graaf Knight.
Giveaway there.
Wow, very lazy effort by de Graaf Knight. And Jamar Oakley has lots of time and space now. Jamar Oakley, oh, poor finish.
Just complete miscommunication. Nashville players not happy with the referee's decision. Not sure what happened there with de Grafenreit. And the ball played out of the back. It's a corner for the Revolution. Was International trying to play that out? Is that what they were? Is that what they're complaining about here?
That's what they looked like.
I think so. Either way, it's a corner for the Revs.
Now Jack Gurr taking the corner kick. Jack Gurr had a very nice season, scoring 9 goals and 10 assists with Georgia Gwinnett College. And a header cleared by International. National's countering now. Great ball played up to Saku. Saku can't quite get there. And Vlad Lagoin clears it out.
He's onside. Nice break down the right.
Isaac Promise plays the ball in, looking for Ryan King. A great defensive effort there by Michael de Graaf Knight. Corner coming up for the Revs.
It's good work from Margolin. You mentioned in the back. He wins it, stops the counter for Nashville, picks out a teammate. The break down the right by Promise, and his cross is cleared away. It's another corner for the Revolution as they start to grab control of the match.
Now, Isaac Promise is our biggest target on corner kicks. He's who we like to go to.
Dunston wins that one in front of him.
Dunston, a Nashville SC loanee. He played for Chattanooga FC, actually, in the NPSL, Southeastern Conference. He tore his ACL in 2016 in a match against the Atlanta Silverbacks. And he's making his return to soccer. Still a young player, has lots of talent.
Yeah, tons of promise with him. I was happy to see him get the opportunity with Nashville SC, and now to get this opportunity to get more playing time and get some match rhythm back after that long layoff due to injury.
Because all of the 4 loan players from Nashville SC on the international roster, they all played in the preseason and played very well for Nashville SC. They've not broken through for USL action yet, but they have played in the US Open Cup. Ramon Howell played 45 minutes against Nashville.
Howell really impressed me in the preseason when I had a chance to see Nashville play Atlanta United, but also in some of their other preseason matches. I thought he was one who might stick. I think he will get an opportunity Gary Smith built a quality squad in the first year in the USL up in Nashville. Great to see this cooperation, though, and that's what we want to see across all levels. Players getting opportunities to play at whatever level it is. You have to get that playing time to develop.
And Jagger throws it in quickly to Isaac Promise. Promise, though, played the ball off his chest and went out of bounds for a throw-in to Inter Nashville. And Inter Nashville willfully plays the ball out of bounds, and the Revs get a throw.
A little sloppy there from Inter Nashville. It's a great run in the playoffs last year for Inter Nashville. Fell late in the playoff run to Midland Odessa, who made it all the way to the final. But Richard Askey told us a little bit about the travel that Inter Nashville had in the playoffs. Had a trip to Florida, had a trip out to Central Texas. It was a really difficult run for Inter Nashville, and they surprised a lot of people making it that far.
Richard Askey is a really cool story. During his day job, he travels around Middle Tennessee teaching kids about science, school kids, and then at nighttime he coaches and manages Inter Nashville and their youth clubs and their men's and BSL clubs. So, really dedicated guy, loves the sport.
Yeah, I love what they're building with Inter Nashville. I love these community-based clubs like we see here with Georgia Revolution as well. Clubs that are starting to plant some roots in the community, get involved with local youth, and really just build the game at a grassroots level.
Marvelli has the ball on the right side. Marvelli still. He had a fun story. He played very well at center back for the Revs. And then after the second game,
nice through ball.
Fantastic attempt there. Ball goes over the crossbar.
That's Tiente making the late run.
Tiente moving up from his center defensive mid spot to make that fantastic run. But going back to Marvelli, Marvelli actually got into a fight and received a red card after the Asheville match, and he was suspended, and he hasn't made his way back in the starting lineup until today. So good to see him back.
Inter Nashville struggling with their distribution off goal kicks. Jonathan Guadarrama, couple giveaways on those. Easy for Georgia Revolution to restart possession.
Jonathan Guatemala is not the usual goalkeeper for Inter Nashville. They're missing Hayden Kaufman, who was the NPSL Southeastern Conference Team of the Year last year. And they're missing Carson Oakes, the former Georgia Revolution goalkeeper. He spent a lot of time at Berry College.
Oakes was always one that impressed me.
Yeah, still very young. 2 ACL injuries, though, limited his career. He definitely could have gone a lot farther, but still has a lot of potential.
Gurr brought down on the far side.
Jack Gurr is an absolute workhorse. He's only missed one match this season. That was due to some schoolwork he had to finish up, and that was the road match against Asheville, the 1-1 draw. But he was the man of the match in the first game against Greenville, and he has his defensive game has improved throughout the year, but he's always had a great attacking mentality, carrying the ball up the pitch and crossing it in to creating a lot of goals for the Revs. And he plays it into the box once again, looking for Isaac Promise, who gets a header on it. Way off target, and that's a goal kick coming up for Inter Nashville. Let's see if Jonathan Guatemala can improve.
We'll see if the Revolution look for that one again after Guadarrama is gonna pass on this one. Probably a smart move. Dunstan will take it. But Isaac Promise wide open on the back post. Clear header there, unable to put it on frame. But let's see if the Revolution look for that again. Try to get Promise free on the back post.
Now, Inter Nashville has the ball. Ramon Howell plays it to Frank Down. Frank Down carrying up the near side of the pitch. Tries to get a free ball to Sekou, but not in the same wavelength again. Poor communication from Inter Nashville.
Sekou was trying to show for the ball. Wanted it played to his feet. Down tried to play him down the wing.
And a good slide tackle by Dom Kamara, taking the ball right under the feet of Ramon Howell. And a shot goes wide for Inter Nashville. Eric Oddie, former Atlanta Silverback player, as a goal kick.
Ian McGrath ripped that from about 25, 30 yards out.
And Ian McGrath, one of the players on loan from Inter Nashville, He had 2 goals and an assist in his first game for Nashville, playing against Asheville City in a 5-1 win. Very dominant performance by McGrath.
Ryan King nearly got on the end of that.
Ooh, a spinorama by Ramon Howell is unsuccessful in the Revs counter, but now International has the ball once again. Vlad McGoyne plays it up top, looking for Jamar Oakley, but a good header by Frank Dow. Plays the ball out of bounds, into the stands, and a throw-in for the Revs.
Ivan Saku wanted a foul there on that challenge from the Revolution. Not getting it, not happy about the decision.
Soggy Hirsch the throw as he tells his team to settle down a little bit, play it slower.
Game's getting a little chippy. Tombadou rushed that, couldn't find Hirsch.
Frank Dow throws it in, looking for Blake Levine. Ramona Howell. Good string of passes there by International, and then a very lofty cross trying to get the ball to
there.
Warden. Warden plays the ball. Good deflection by Mavelli, who wins it back, and Isaac Promise goes up for a header.
Offside. Gurr went up for the header, and he's talking to the referee about it. Went up for the header and was undercut by the International player. No call. Referee's letting him figure it out on the field.
This is definitely the past 2 weeks, past 2 home games with Emerald Force and International. The referees have let the players play a little bit more, unlike the rest of the season so far for the Revs, where a number of very strange calls we've seen.
Good ball from Saku.
Frank Dow can't quite chase down a ball, and it's won back by the Revs.
Ran out of room trying to turn the corner. They take a quick throw.
Ramona Howell has the ball in the box. Ramona Howell tries to cut it back, but a great defensive effort there by Mavelli once again, who is working all over the field.
Key tackle from Marvelli Keese. Played last season in Luxembourg from what we can find on the notes.
Corner kick coming up from International on the near right side. You can't see that on your screen.
It's going to be a left-footed delivery, an in-swinger.
Saw ball played, and Soggy Hirsch heads the ball out, and Isaac Promise makes a nice effort to win the ball back. Isaac Promise now gets a Tiente. Ball's cut off there. Jordan Dunstan with the key play to intercept the pass by Isaac Promise, and a header just off target. Dangerous ball there for International.
What a ball from Ramon Howell. He's finding space out on the right side, kind of drifting out to the right, creating opportunities consistently. It was Ian McGrath with the header, just looking for the glancing header to the far post. Adi was beaten. Header goes a couple feet wide.
Looked very similar to the Thomas Dealey goal scored by Asheville in the home leg of the Asheville series earlier this year. Same exact thing happened. Adi was in goal, and Adi was just beat back post. Great header by Dealey.
McGrath wins that header first. Chance for Nashville to break.
Blake Levine shot deflected by the Revs back line. Out of bounds throw in for International. Warden has the ball, plays it to Saku. Good cut off by Vlad. Ooh. Another shot from outside. Ramon Howell this time tries to curl it in back post.
Ramon Howell with the outside of the right foot trying to rip that one around the far post.
If one of these balls finds the back of the net for International, I would not be surprised if it was Ramon Howell or Ian McNath. They've had a great effort today trying to get balls on target.
Nashville settled in nicely. They're really starting to boss the game in the middle of the field, winning these and creating some breaks. That time Dunstan clears it off the Revolution player, and it's a throw for International.
29th minute, 0-0 in Henry County. Georgia Revolution International. Georgia Revolution in the red and white stripes, blue bottoms going from right to left. Nashville in the blue and white tops and white bottoms going left to white. And Georgia Revolution is countering now. It's cut off by Warden.
Jonathan Ramon with a nice ball out to the left.
Ball played in the box. Jamar Oakley gets a foot on it, and the Revs are trying to counter now. But a sloppy pass is intercepted. Dom Kamara cleans it up there with a nice slide tackle. And Isaac Promise has come down the defensive side, and he's playing a few yards outside of the box.
But there's no outlet, so Nashville recovers it again and gets to keep possession. Sometimes these games go back and forth. You get momentum swings. Right now, Nashville has all the momentum. The Revolution have to weather this storm and regain control of this match. No foul called there. Again, referee consistent, letting them play, looking for the ball over the top.
Promise. Promise wasn't ready there, and flicks it over the top. Back of the net, Revs up 1-0. 30th minute, Isaac Promise flicks it over the keeper.
Complete miscommunication between the goalkeeper, Jonathan Guadarrama, and his backline to Graffenright and Dunston. They thought the keeper was coming out for it. He thought the defenders were going to play it. De Graffenright let it go, and Isaac Promise just with a little flick. Nothing special, just a little flick into an empty net.
You know, the Revs kind of stole momentum right there. International had all momentum. They were pressing and attacking, looking to break through, draw first blood. And then the Revs, on a quick counter, bad communication, they're up 1-0.
Completely against the run of play. International had all of the momentum in that last 5-10 minutes. And sometimes that's all it takes. It's just a ball over the top, and Promise didn't give up on it. Guadarrama and De Graffenright not on the same page. And it's an easy goal for Promise. His 6th goal of the season. And then a giveaway off the kickoff for Nashville.
That'll put him up to 4th place in the Golden Boot race in the NPSL Eastern Conference, tied for 4th. Excuse me, he's actually tied for 2nd. He's tied with Charles Clark of Chattanooga FC, Mohamed Kamara of Atlanta Silverbacks, and Alex Garaba of Emerald Force FC. He's really been the key cog and the only really cog in Emerald Force this season. They've had a very disappointing year so far.
Nice tackle by Keese on Saku, and Saku's feeling it.
You know, right before Isaac Promise scored that goal, we saw him. He was kind of getting a little antsy there. He really wanted to change momentum. He came back on the defensive side, was trying to help out. And a long ball play for Jamar Oakley. He can't quite get there. Too much pace in the ball from Jack Gurr.
Guadarrama defers on the goal kick. De Graffenright coming back to take it again. Frank Downs shows for the short one. Nashville tries to build up out of the back.
And Adam Kamara tries to flick it to Tamanu. Nashville now countering. Jordan Dunson gets it to Michael De Graffenright. De Graffenright plays to Ramon Howell. Ramon Howell to break Levine. Warden gets it up to Blake. Blake plays it in. Shot from just outside the 18, right to the hands of Eric Audi.
Jonathan Ramon finding that space inside the center of the field. The Revolution at times get a little disconnected with the back line and your defensive midfield of Tiente and Tambadou.
Audi punts it up. Mona Howell controls the ball, middle of the pitch for International, and plays it back safely to Jordan Dunson. International patiently waiting for space now.
Ramon drops in, plays it back to the back line. Howell did just a bit ago. Trying to build up a little more possession.
Dunson having a lot of action right now, just trying to find space. Jagger with a nice tackle, spurs a counterattack for the Revs.
Nice cutback from Dunston to keep possession.
And remember, last time these two teams met, International got 2 goals in the first half and absolutely dominated the match. Then their keeper got an injury. Hayden Kaufman was injured, and Carson Oakes, the former Rev, had to come in and play in between the sticks. And in the second half, 3 goals were scored by the Revolution, the last one by Ryan King, and the Revs walked away with a 3-2 win, a huge win to turn their season around.
Ian McGrath with a left-footed low shot wide of the far post. Seen a couple long chances for McGrath, trying to open up this back line for the Revs a bit. You see Vlad Margolin just telling everyone to relax, calm down, tranquilo.
Vlad Margolin, a friend of Soggy Hirsch, the Revs left back, he actually signed with the Revs 2 games ago, and last week in Chattanooga, he played out of his mind, had a fantastic slide tackle to stop one of the CFC's goals in the first half that would have given all the momentum to Chattanooga, who was dominating the match before the Revs broke through with their first goal. Been a very important player in these last 2 games against Emerald Forest and Chattanooga. Been one of the best center backs I've seen besides Toby Harris at Greenville.
Saku leaves that one for Frank Down to take the throw. Headed away, another throw coming. On a narrow field, these throws can be like a corner almost, and looks like Down's going to wind up for this one.
Frank Down, long throw in into the box. Eric Audie punches it out, and the Revs are countering now. Jamar Oakley with an awkward touch, but gets up to Isaac Promise. Isaac Promise is a foot race now. Looks like he'll win the ball. He has Tiense if he wants to cross it. About Tiense. Tiense takes a touch, plays it to Ryan King. A terrible first touch by Ryan King. Through the football goalpost. That would have been 3 points on a Friday night. But
I don't think the touch was King's. I think the touch might have been the old turf monster. Ball hopped up off of both passes. Promise over to Tiente. Tiente back to King. King probably needed a touch there to settle it.
And this field is used by Henry County High School during summer workouts. Henry County Warhawks are playing their last season here before moving to the new campus a few blocks down the road across from the Henry County Post Office.
Historic stadium here in Henry County. Home of Henry County High School, the Warhawks, for decades. Field has seen a lot of action, and at times you can see some of that action come up with some turf monster type of hops.
Yeah. Now, this is the only field in Henry County that has not been redone with turf because they're getting a new high school, and the field is not in pristine shape because of that.
Yeah, there's some potential long term. It's a great move. You know, we talked about it coming into the season. It's a great move for the Georgia Revolution to be here, be in a stadium. I think it's a place that they can call home for a little while. They can make some improvements to the field after this last upcoming high school football season. It's a great starting point for this club as it puts down roots in Henry County after last season. Playing in a youth soccer complex, great field, but it's a youth soccer complex. You don't have the feel of a stadium. This is starting to feel like home for the Revolution. And
a great location near downtown McDonough. The square has a potential for supporters groups to march from some fantastic restaurants like Wings and Things or Kirby G's. Really in the central of Henry County, and has a great vibrancy to it. We see the Warhawk County painted on the wall in the back. potential to be painted in Georgia Revolution colors.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, both of us are from Henry County. It's really cool to see the county and the city of McDonough really get behind the Georgia Revolution, being here in town and being part of the community. Revolution player down after a high challenge. Looks like he's going to be okay.
Free kick for the Revolution coming up. Ball played up at Jamar Oakley. Jamar Oakley still has the ball at the top of the box. Plays the ball to Ryan King. Ryan King gets a head on it.
Unable to bring that back across the top of the box to find promise.
Now, Jamar Oakley is a guy that we recognized before the year as a potential very important player for the Revs. He's very quick. He can really open up a game and open up a defense. And then he didn't really get any opportunities to play. He came off the bench in garbage time a few times. And then against Emerald Forest and against the Jesters, he got opportunities to start, and he's flourished and played fantastic. And now he has scored a goal against Chattanooga, and he's playing well against International so far.
I mean, this is a league based on young players, and Oakley's maybe one of the younger ones in the league at 18 years old. It just takes time. It just takes some confidence, getting used to this pace of play, because it's a big jump from the college game, from the high school game, from youth clubs to the NPSL. Some players just need a few games.
International in dangerous position in the Revs box. Ball played back over an open goal over the face of the goal.
Blake Levine unable to find a home for that cross on the back post.
Now Frank down, gets the ball to Saku, and he plays it right into the chest of Jamar Oakley, who's winning a foot race now. We're seeing that speed. Great defensive effort there by Michael.
That's really smart from DeGraffenreich. Right? That shows his experience. Able to get a step in front of Jamar Oakley and win the battle for positioning. Oakley touches him. Light contact. DeGraffenreich goes down. It's a savvy, smart veteran play. That's what 4 years playing D1 at Louisville will teach you. You have to take those opportunities when you can.
And every time there's a foul called or a stop and play, there's a few international players that have their hands in their knees looking like they're tired or out of breath now. This is an advantage the Revs have. They have lots of depth, and they have great quick players and players with lots of endurance. They've not really gotten tired yet this season, where their speed has stretched out other teams.
It's tough to go on the road in this league, and it takes a lot out of you. You know, it's bus rides, it's van rides. You make that trip, and Nashville to McDonough is not a short trip, and you're hopping out of the car and jumping straight into the field to play. You hit a wall after a little while. Nashville is definitely looking for the halftime whistle so they can regroup.
I mean, it's not every day you have a road trip from Chattanooga to Dalton, Georgia.
That's a short one. This one not quite so much.
Speaking of Chattanooga FC had a road game in Dalton, Georgia, because the Silverbacks couldn't play a game at their stadium. And a fantastic opportunity. Isaac Promise was offside. Jack Gurr, though, with a great cross in Isaac Promise.
I've been really impressed with Jack Gurr. You were telling me about him as we were getting ready for the match. And Gurr down the right side, you can tell he has an attacker's mindset as a right back. He loves to get forward and serve it up. Nearly picked out Promise there as a step offside.
Fantastic defensive effort there by the Revs. But International win the ball back and play a cross into the box. Frank Down recovers it. Frank Down falls in the box and a penalty.
That's smart from Frank Down.
I don't know. That looked like a little bit of a dive for me. It kind of looks like the South Korea game where we saw a yellow card given out for a dive in the box.
I've had my experiences with video assistant referees this season. I'm glad we don't have that here in the NPSL. Maybe wanted to take another look at that one, though. Is across from the left side, Gerd defending Levine. Levine's able to get it over the first guy, and it's Frank Down just being smart on the backside, waiting for the garbage to fall his way. Then he's in a 1v1. He touches it to the right side, draws in the contact, and earns the penalty.
Looks like Saku is taking the penalty. Oh, and he beats Eric Audi right up the middle. 1-1. 44th minute here. Nashville pulls one back on a PK.
We were just saying that Nashville's looking for the halftime whistle. They get a bonus. They get a goal to take to halftime. Goals right before halftime are, they change everything. So both managers have their idea of what they're going to say to their teams going into the break. Tear it up, throw it away. Now it's 1-1. We see what adjustments the Revolution might be looking for in the second half. And Nashville gets that chance to regroup after a long trip, and they're all even going into the second half.
And the rest have a lot of options off their bench. You could bring in some quick guys like Kwesi Watts. You could bring in a Dion McCauley. A Jason Henrys, who I would expect to come off the bench first thing in the first 45. The 2006 Male Player of the Year, High School Player of the Year. He spent some time at Penn State. And Mercer from St. Kitts.
Well, Penn State player, my play-by-play buddy with Atlanta United, Mike Conti, would be very excited about that one.
And now we're in the stoppage time. Wouldn't expect much time. There wasn't many breaks in the game.
No, shouldn't be too much. Maybe a minute, maybe two. And Nashville gets another opportunity here. This is how they created the first one, just winning the second ball. Revolution have to be smart and see the half out.
Good clearance there by Soggy Hertz. Isaac Promise has the ball.
1-on-4, and he's able to win it.
Somehow he wins that ball around the defender's legs. Very impressive. Jamar Oakley crosses it to Jack Gurr, who's making a run. Fantastic touch by Jack Gurr, who gives himself space, but goes out of bounds. Spoke too soon there on the touch.
Great idea from Gurr. No, great idea. Just ran out of the room over there, but I love the idea. Instead of just settling it down and killing it, trying to play himself in, almost pass to himself down the right wing. Nearly worked.
On a larger field like Greenville, that might have been a good opportunity for the Reds, but after 45, 1-1, Georgia Revolution International will be back after the break. Okay, if you want to carry, I'll look for who substituted real quick.
Okay. Welcome back, Henry County High School, McDonough, Georgia. 1-1 between the Georgia Revolution and Inter Nashville here in National Premier Soccer League action. I'm Jason Longshore, Riley Miletsky here as well. Trying to pick up on the substitutions made at halftime both ways.
Looks like Alex Harley came into the match, number 11 there. He scored a goal against Chattanooga FC last weekend. He's a former Atlanta Silverback player playing in his second game wearing the red and white stripes of Georgia Revolution FC.
You
Georgia
guessed
Revolution,
it, Harley's on the right wing, replacing Ryan King.
Georgia Revolution in red and white stripes, blue bottoms going from left to right, and Inter Nashville in the blue and white tops and the white bottoms going from right to left. And kickoff, we play it right to Inter Nashville. Frank Downs, the one who was awarded the penalty, and ball played over the top now, playing more direct. Eric Audie, who quickly distributes it out to Jack Gurr on the right side. Jack Gurr gets to Alex Harley. Alex Harley can't get a touch on it. Goes out. Isaac Promise. Jack Gurr once again. Jack Gurr lots of space. Plays it into the box. Good thought there. Jamar Oakley can't quite get a touch on it. It was a good defensive effort there from Michael DeGraffenite.
Gurr just continued his run. Looked like Harley and Promise were going to combine, but Gurr just kept going, picked up the loose ball, and whipped in a nice cross.
The Revs are playing very quick so far in the opening
again.
seconds. Almost an own goal there as Frank Downs tries to clear the ball and pushes it just far right of the goal post. That's a corner coming up for the Revs.
We've seen a ton of own goals in the World Cup this summer. Sometimes it's unavoidable. That time Down didn't know what was behind him. He has to lunge in to make a play on that. A little risky.
Jack Gurr taking the right-footed corner. An outswinger. Plays it in. Oh, ball back of the net. Goal. Georgia Revolution FC up 2-1 in the 47th minute. Off the corner kick. That is the Revs' second goal off a corner, and interesting celebration there.
I don't think they got anything on Columbia just yet. I don't think they have anything on the Colombian celebrations. It's a corner kick, right-footed from Jack Gurr, flicked on. Not sure who got on the end of it. Just kind of a looping header that no one from Inter Nashville could get on the end of. Goalkeeper Jonathan Guadarrama was lost on it. Center backs couldn't find it. And it's a goal for the Revolution early in the second half.
And the Revs needed momentum. They came out playing very quick. We saw Eric Audie get the very quick scoop up and just throw it out to Jack Gurr, who got that thing rolling. That's how we got the ball on that side of the pitch. And from there, we just played very quick and had a nice corner. I mean, it's all about momentum right now.
Goal credited to Tony Tiente, the central midfielder. We talked about at halftime, Tiente really drifting around finding space. He proves to be a great target there on the second ball off the corner. Goes up and wins it.
Now, Tiente, that was his first goal in the season. He should have had a goal against Greenville and Asheville. Against Asheville, Jamar Oakley's making a nice run. Alex Harley whipping in. Tries to take a shot. Curls away from goal, but Isaac Promise Jamar Oakley was looking to get him a run there, but he was so far offside, Oakley had to drift out to Alex Harley.
But it's smart from Oakley, you know, who recognizes that Promise is offside, and this is something that comes up a lot with a player like Joseph Martinez, who will make those type of runs and be offside and draw defenders away with him. That time, Promise draws defenders with him, creates the space for Oakley to run into on the ball, but also space on the opposite side for Alex Harley. His right-footed blast just wide, curling away from the near post. Alex
Harley tries to get the ball out to Jack Gurr, deflected away, and Inter Nashville is countering quickly now. Inter Nashville tries to cut the ball in, but a good defense effort there by Dom Kamara. Dom Kamara, this is his third game after his Ramadan, which is a Muslim holiday, the 8th month in the Muslim calendar, and he cannot eat and he can barely drink for 30 days, and he played through that. Did not miss a training session or a match. Very impressive there by Dom Kamara. Throw in for Nashville. Alex Harley dropping back now into a defensive midfielder position, and Vlad Margolin just toying with the Nashville player. That's Ivan Saku, and Ivan Saku looks like he's elbowed in the face there.
Yeah,
he's down the ground.
Called for a foul and a yellow card.
The first booking of the day for either team, and Saku is still down. Looks like he's bleeding either in the eye. Yeah, it looks like his eyes, left eye is bleeding.
I think he's going to stay in. Margolin trying to dribble out of trouble. Got the arms up high, trying to create space. Earned the yellow card, and it's a dangerous opportunity for Nashville. Jonathan Ramon from France to take it.
Ball played in and flicked out by Vlad on the clearance. That was some fancy footwork, though, by Vlad to try to get Saku off ball.
Back to Ramon.
Jonathan Ramon, good defensive effort there by Jack Gurr, who plays the ball out of bounds. Throw in coming up. Excuse me, they're going to call it a corner kick.
Yeah, Gurr blocked away Ramon's cross with the left foot. Now he gets a chance to take a corner. It's going to be an outswinger with the left foot.
Looks like Ramon Howell wanted to play a short corner, but then decides to drift back. Vlad clears it up to Isaac Promise, who didn't really judge the ball well, and Grafenite was able to clear it out.
Andreas Guntner can't find any way through the Revolution backline. Does earn a throw.
Andreas Guntner, someone we have not called his name much tonight. It hasn't been very active on either ends of the field. Ball put up to Promise. Promise has some ground to make up. Grafenite with the ball. Grafenite wins the ball from Promise. Very strong effort there by the Nashville SC Loney. All four of Nashville SC's players have been very impressive tonight. Definitely to earn some time later into the Nashville SC squad, especially Ramon Howell and Grafenite. Shot!
Ooh, what a goal.
Fantastic goal by Nashville in the 52nd minute. Eric Audi was beat. Top left corner.
Eric Audi, no chance on that rip from Blake Levine. Gregory Warden gets the assist. It was a good pass from Warden, finding Levine in a pocket of space between the Georgia Revolution backline and their holding midfielders. That was something we talked about in the first half, where they're getting disconnected. Levine just sits in the pocket of space and turns and has a go. Way too much time. He hit a sweet curler past Audi. No chance for Eric Audi to make that save.
2-2, 53rd minute. Very exciting game. And a lot of grabbing going on. Saku throws. I'm not sure who that is to the ground.
Business has definitely picked up tonight in McDonough. Great ball down the left.
Jamar Oakley now plays it in. Tiente cleared by Frank Downs. Moonshot down to the trailers across the field.
Downs trying to put that on the McDonough square. Doesn't quite make it that far. It's a throw for the Revolution. Second half's had some fireworks so far.
Very entertaining game in the second 45. And Alex Harley now. Good touch to control the ball. Alex Harley looks to shoot. Alex Harley still. Good idea.
Speaking of entertaining, you get Alex Harley on the ball and you have instant entertainment.
The former NASL player trying to take the lead back for the Revs, and a great play there to get some opening for a shot, and it's played over the crossbar through the football uprights.
Guadarrama passes on taking the goal kick. Jordan Dunston, the big left-footed blast in the middle of the field. No runners for Saku. You can hear Richard Askey on the sideline saying, where's the run? No runners there to help Saku.
Now Vlad Margolin is pressured now by Saku. Now Eric Audie's pressure. Eric Audie! Very scary moment there for the Revs. And Blake Levine has the ball, cuts back.
Big tackle.
Runs over Kais, and the Revs are off and running now.
Big tackle from Marvelli Keys.
And he gets run over in the process, but
got to go in strong there. Blake Levine looking for a second of the night.
you know, Blake Levine, a guy that we thought looked sloppy in the first half at times, just some lazy passes to turn the ball over, but a fantastic shot. And he was placed perfectly, like you said, and the Revs midfield that doesn't have a lot of chemistry. You know, this is the first start by Alagi Tamanu, the Atlanta United Academy product, and he played for Georgia Southern. And Tiente and Adam Kamara haven't really strung together well this season. They both have good individual performances, but they haven't played well together. They're not on the same wavelength.
Yeah, it's looked disorganized in that part of the field, and it was a smart decision from Levine to just sit in that space and wait for the opportunity. We'll see if the Revolution can adjust, and it's got to be Tambadou or Tiente sitting a little bit deeper. You have to protect your two center backs, and you have to sit in that pocket of space because it's too easy to get a shot and turn like we saw from Levine.
Throw-in coming up for Nashville FC. Nashville have the ball on the far side, taking it back into the middle. Get out to Warden. Warden plays it up, looking for Ramon Howell. And a fantastic steal by Alex Harley. Alex Harley carrying the ball up the pitch, looking for Isaac Promise to make a run. Too much pace in the ball to Jonathan Guatemala, the Nashville keeper.
Harley mishit that, unable to bend it into Isaac Promise's run.
A sky-high punt. Not much pace on it, but sky-high.
Big header won by Tambadou.
What are your thoughts on Tambadou's performances so far?
Uneven. I mean, and you've mentioned it. He hasn't been with his team very long. You know, he looks like he's just out of sync with his midfield trio, and playing in that role, you know, you have to be on the same wavelength with your 8 and your 10 in that triangle to stay connected. And you can see that this group just hasn't spent a lot of time together. Tambadou, if he can sit a little bit deeper and protect the back line and let Tiente and Kamara go forward and find the game, I think it would really suit the Revolution well tonight.
Tiente there flicking the ball to Isaac Promise, who wins a big header, but no one there on the receiving end of that. Ball played back to Jonathan Guatemala, who tries to get it out to Blake Lively, but it's stolen away there. And ball played to Isaac Promise. Oh, good idea there, but Isaac Promise can't get on the other end of that.
Good look from Oakley trying to pick out Promise. Guadarrama quick off his line to get there in front of it.
The Revs, a lot of fantastic opportunities so far. They've played very well, I thought, in the second 45. You know, if it wasn't for Blake Levine, it would have been 2-1 right now.
Yeah, both teams have picked up their play in the second half. Both teams playing with a little extra energy here early in the second half. We'll see if they can maintain it.
Fantastic footwear by Vlad Margolin to get Saku off of him and make a nice pass to Soggy Hirsch on the far side. Vlad Margolin has some fantastic ball skills. Very impressive there. Can get strikers that are pressuring him off of his back very quickly. Ball patiently played back to Jordan Dunstan. Jordan Dunstan gets it up to Michael the Graphenite. The Graphenite plays it up top, looking for Levine. Good header there by Vlad to disrupt the movement. But the ball goes back post. Fantastic finish there. Beats Audie. Wow. Nashville up 3-2 on Georgia Revolution. This is the flip score line of the final score in Nashville, where the Revs won 3-2. Now Nashville is up 3-2 on the Revs. One of the most entertaining games of the season in the entire conference.
Glad I got the assignment for this one. This has been a wild match, a wild second half. I don't know if the player will admit that that was a cross. I think it was a cross. I think he was trying to find a teammate in the back post, and it just snuck into the far post. Eric Atti beaten. Revolution.
Ball played up for Isaac Promise, but Isaac Promise called offside once again.
Revolution tried to answer quickly.
Jack Gurr with a beautiful cross there. If Isaac Promise was a foot or two farther back, that would have been a fantastic goal-scoring opportunity for the Revs.
Waiting on the official scorer's report on that goal. I think it was Jonathan Ramon on the far side. He was trying to cut that back in with a cross that ends up as a goal.
Alex Harley stabs, but Frank Downs dribbles away. And a throw-in coming up for Inter Nashville.
Still plenty of time. The Revolution have to calm down and relax a little bit. Play their game here. Second half has been incredibly frantic. That's good work from Harley and Promise.
Isaac Promise now carrying the ball. Trying to cross it back post. Good defensive effort there by DeGraffenite, and a shot by Alex Harley. Oh!
Offside.
Harley with a stunner on the ground, curling back post, and a very tough save by Jonathan Guatemala.
Harley with the daisy cutter through the penalty area, nearly picks out the far post, but Jonathan Guadarrama gets down quickly to make that save. And then Jamar Oakley was offside on the back post on the initial shot. Substitution for the Revolution.
And as we mentioned before, Jonathan Guatemala does not take his own goal kicks after some very weak ones in the first 45. Dunson has been taking them so far.
We talked about the disconnection in the midfield for the Revolution. Looks like the sub is trying to rectify that. I believe it was Tombadou who is out.
And Rodrigo Gonçalves is the substitute that comes in the game. He's from USC Aiken and Brazil. He scored 15 assists and 6 goals. 16 assists and 6 goals in 15 matches in ADASL play for the Revs Reserves this past fall. Now Alex Harley's countering. Harley gets the ball. Play back to him, and a poor communication there, Dom Kamara and Alex Harley. But going back to Gonçalves has played all over the pitch. He's played center back, right back, left back, and now he's in the midfield. Very versatile player. Done everything Coach Steele's asked for him. He's played brilliantly. He's made the move from the ADSL squad and been a very key player on the first team.
He's sitting in as a number 6 now. We'll see if he can provide a little more protection for the back line.
Wow, Warden with some nice step overs there. And Alex Harley trying to find someone up top to play the ball to. Gets the ball to.
He's on.
Isaac Promise is onside. One-on-one opportunity. Isaac Promise gets around the goalkeeper. One man to beat. Oh! Isaac Promise will be wanting that back. Ball played out of bounds. Corner kick coming up for the Revs. Isaac Promise gets around. Jonathan Guatemala has one center back to beat who's standing in goal and tries to cross it, but the Graphenite comes in with a slide tackle that saves the goal there for Inter Nashville. Corner kick coming up for Jack Gurr, taking a right foot outswinger. We're
Great recognition from Ivan Saku there. Alex Harley was loading up for a shot at the top of the 18. Saku made a 40-yard run back to deny him the opportunity.
Saku has been all over the field today. Fantastic effort there by Ivan Saku.
That's just great awareness because the Revolution were lining up a short corner to the top of the box for Harley. Saku wasn't having it. Recognized it, made the sprint back. The little plays like that that can separate a game.
Now Warren plays it back. Cross the other side. Fantastic save by Soggy there, who clears it up. And the Revs are countering quickly now.
A little more patience in the attack. You have a lot of talent here with Harley, Promise, Oakley. Just take an extra touch. Kamara there could have settled that down just a bit.
Jack Gurr races back there, but it goes back to Audie. What do you think about Audie's performance so far? You know, you had that ball going near post for the third goal for Nashville.
It's been kind
Could
of
he have saved that?
fluky stuff. Yeah, I mean, nothing against the way Audie's playing. It's a penalty. You know, it's a beautiful goal from Levine. And in the third one, it's a cross that just ends up in the back of the net.
Isaac Promise offside once again, but fantastic pass and awareness by Jack Gurr to get the ball out to Harley and give him a lot of space, drawing the defender and then passing out quickly. Then Harley, poor pass to Isaac Promise, but he makes the way over there. Unfortunately, Promise was offside. Ball played to Saku. Saku heads it back. Gets it back to Warren. Warren looks for a shot. Intercepted by Soggy. Revs countering.
Blake Levine is looking to load up that right foot again.
Tiente to Harley. Harley makes a nice move to get on the defender. Harley tries to go back post.
Still there.
Oh, ref score!
Offside.
Spoke too soon there.
Offside flag went up really quickly from the AR here on the near side. Harley could have been a little more selfish there. He beat Warden on the dribble, thought he had a chance for a shot himself. Looking to play it across to the top. First shot gets saved, but then the follow-up, the Revolution player is offside. Believe it was Oakley on the far side.
Now, Alex Harley was scratched from the starting 11 before the game. And you have to wonder now, if Harley was available for the first 45, this would be a different match.
Well, here's your flip side, though. He wouldn't be fresh right now either. And he's
That's
up
true.
for
And Alex
it right
Harley,
now.
fantastic run now. Harley has Promise, plays the Promise. Oh, can't quite get it there. Good idea there by Harley. Promise can't quite finish.
Promise can't find it. I believe DeGraffenreich with just enough contact on Isaac Promise. Maybe got a touch on the ball. Keeps Promise from finishing that one.
Ball played up to Saku. Too much pace on it. Bad touch there by Novelli. Saku has opportunity. No foul call on Jack Gurr. Jack Gurr has the ball, lots of space.
Excellent from Gurr to clean that up. Keese got a little lost on that bounce, and Saku almost snuck in.
Harley once again. Jack Gurr trying to finesse his way around a bunch of defenders. No foul call. Okay, very delayed call. Very delayed on Andreas
great
Gunter.
work from Jack Gurr. It was almost a bad giveaway in a spot where Nashville could break, but Gurr's able to get his body between the ball and the Nashville player and earn that free kick.
Forces Andreas Gunter to foul him, and Jack Gurr setting up a semi-dangerous ball here. He did send in across to score a goal against Emerald Forest in the same position last week. Ball volleyed into the box. Oh, great save by Jonathan Guatemala going over the top there.
Shot blocked at the top of the 18. Here comes Nashville.
Nashville countering. Oh, Vlad McGoy is beaten in the center of the pitch. He's out of position, and now the rest of the ball back and countering. Dom Kamara, far side. Dom Kamara still. Nashville intercepts, and now they're countering. 69th minute, 3-2 Nashville on top. Very exciting match.
I don't think we're done with the goals tonight.
3 in the second half and more to come. Bad giveaway in the middle of the pitch by Nashville, and the Revs are countering. Isaac Promise with a great touch, gets the ball out. Jamar Oakley can't quite get there. Good idea by Promise.
More confidence from Jonathan Guadarrama in the second half. Looked really shaky in the first 45, but coming off his line quickly. He's made a couple big saves here recently.
He made that save going over the top on Oakley's chip attempt.
Yeah, stayed with it. Just kept his cool there and got both hands up to make that save on the little chip.
Both teams are looking much, much better after the first 45.
Nashville making a change. Gregory Warden, the left back, coming out. He's had a tough matchup here in the second half with Alex Harley. Looks like Nashville shuffling the back line a little bit too. It's Jordan Dunston who's going to drift out to the left side. So we're going to see Jordan Dunston trying to handle Alex Harley 1v1.
Alex Harley deflects the ball back to International's back line.
It's Richard Reichenberger coming into the match as a center back pairing with Michael DeGraffenreich.
Gongalves gets the ball to Dom Kamara. Dom Kamara to Harley. Back to Kamara. Gets the ball to Jack Gurr. Jack Gurr space. Can he get to the ball? Yes, he can. Jack Gurr plays into the box. Fantastic defensive effort by Jordan Dunston there, the former Chattanooga FC player. He's reviving his career after an ACL tear in 2016, playing for Chattanooga FC against the Silverbacks.
Gurr with the corner, takes it quickly, picks out a teammate wide open with a header in the 6, puts it over the top.
Isaac Promise gets up. He looks like he'll be okay. But what a strike there.
Promise needed to put that on frame. It was a great corner from Gurr. Took it quickly, too. Picked out Promise on the back post, but he's unable to test Guadarrama.
20 more minutes. Revs looking for 2 more to get the 3 points and make it 3 straight wins.
It's a great flick from McGrath. Levine.
Ooh.
Saku goes for the back heel. He gets the corner, though.
International awarded the corner. Good effort there by Ivan Saku, Lipscomb University single-season points record holder with 39. He also plays for the Cameroon U21 national team.
Really impressed with Blake Levine here in the second half. He struggled to find his way into the game in the first half, but he has a goal here. Great combination work there with McGrath and Saku. Ramon to take it. Oh, Saku with a flying volley.
And Eric already trying to counter quickly now, then settles down.
Saku unable to get all of that, but what an effort on the flying right-footed volley.
Already trying to get the ball to Alex Harley, though. Poor punt. Jonathan Redmond. Jonathan Redmond puts it in the box. Cleared by Soggy. Frank Downs now. Frank Downs with a moonshot cross looking for Blake Levine. Surprised we've not seen Chuck Aurora come off the bench yet. The striker for International, who scored 3 and 35 in their first Open Cup game against PDL. Oh,
bad giveaway.
And the Revs counter now. Isaac Promise, good position. Isaac looks like he's onside. Dom Kamara gets the ball ripped away from him. International had the ball back. Good opportunity for the Revs. They wasted it, though. Frank Downs plays it up to Ramon Howell. Ramon Howell gets the ball to Saku. Saku takes an extra touch. Gets it to Jonathan Redmond. Jonathan Redmond out. Near side. Howell. Ball deflected. Out of bounds. Throw in for International FC.
Howell hasn't had too many touches here in the second half. Nice work there to combine and drift over to the left side. Poor giveaway on the touch line.
Now Jagger and the Revs the throw. Dom Kamara flicks it up to Tiente. Tiente now to Isaac Promise. Isaac Promise to Alex Harley. Offside.
Just a little too early.
A little too ambitious there from Alex Harley, who was in an offside position.
To Grafenright on the far side, picks out Ramon.
Jonathan Redmond tries to get the ball up to Frank Downs, but a very poor ball. Isaac Promise goes up and gets beat by Jordan Dunson. Now a throw-in for Nashville FC.
Nice work from Soggy Hirsch to block that through ball from Howell. Saku able to turn, finds Levine.
Revs countering now.
Gonsalves.
Alex Harley in good position there. Alex Harley with the run. He has space. Fantastic play there by the Nashville FC goalkeeper, Jonathan Guatemala.
It's great work from Jordan Dunston as well. He's able to shield Harley away just enough to let Guadarrama get out there with the foot on the ball outside the box.
Guadarrama showing his speed too. He got there at a very quick pace.
You can tell he's a player who in the rondos, in the possession drills, loves to get involved. He's very comfortable with the ball at his feet. Interesting that he's not comfortable in the goal kicks, but he's very comfortable in the run of play with the ball at his feet. Comfortable coming off his line quickly as well.
Oh, free kick by an International FC substitute.
Levine.
Blake Levine. Oh, my word.
Goal.
What a performance.
Levine.
Blake Levine curls it. Top right corner. That is his second goal of the game. Wow.
Take a bow, Blake Levine. Right-footed curler. Eric Otti can't get up there to find it. I think Levine knew that was going to hit the back of the net when it came off his foot.
Wow. The Revs are shell-shocked right now. Blake Levine has turned this game around in the second half where the Revs have looked very impressive. Still time, though. Revs can come back. It's 4-2, 77th minute.
Simplifies the game a little bit for Nashville now. They can commit more numbers behind the ball. 2-goal lead with about 15 minutes left.
Jack Gurr with a fantastic turn. Has the defender behind him. Plays the ball up. Looking for Dom Kamara. Dom Kamara controls the ball.
Great work by Kamara.
Wait, what?
Foul there by Kamara. Andreas Guntner trying to turn. Draws the foul and slows the game down, and that's all Nashville needs at this point. With a 2-goal lead, they want to take their time. They don't need to play fast.
We missed substitution. Jamar Oakley is out of the game now. It looks like a Jason Henry is in, the 2006 Male High School Player of the Year. He spent some time at Mercer, scoring 17 goals and 7 assists in 60 appearances, and won him an All-Conference award. And he also, for Vehai Athletics, put 19 goals in 16 games in the back of the net. Very impressive stats for him last season. Now corner kick ensuing for Nashville. They're taking it from the far side. Left-footed ball. Ooh, Revs win the ball, but a foul called.
It's a good ball back across from McGrath, trying to pick out Howell. Howell gets the yellow card. Not sure about the yellow there. It's a bouncing ball. Both players going for it. I think Howell might have actually gotten the worst of it.
And Eric Otti picks the ball up from between the feet of Ramon Howell, who was bent down in pain after. Yeah, I agree. Both players just going for the ball, trying to win the ball in the air.
Yeah, yellow kind of came out of nowhere there from the referee, who's been pretty consistent. He's let a lot of physical play go. Both teams have kind of known where the line would be in this match.
Ball played to Promise.
Can't win the flick.
Tiense with a great effort to win the ball back. Tiense there to Dom Kamara. Dom Kamara gets it out to A.J. Henry, but it's deflected by International FC, out of bounds. Throw-in coming up for Georgia Revolution. Georgia Revolution now with about 11 minutes left to get to pull 2 goals back and to level this match at 4 apiece. The Revs definitely have the... Oh, Isaac Promise. The Revs have the attacking firepower to bring 2 goals back in 10 minutes.
Throw in for Nashville, and they will take their time on these.
We saw the Revs score 2 goals back-to-back in a 2-minute span in this same time frame last weekend at home against Emerald Force, formerly known as Knoxville Force.
Foul call to Ivan Saku with the grab. This is a free kick opportunity, and the Revolution are sending everyone up top.
And the local boy, Mr. Hollywood, Aaron Wynn, is warming up for the Revs now. Coach Theo just sent him over.
Mr. Hollywood, huh?
That was awarded to the nickname by Mystery Soccer Theater 3000, the Asheville City broadcasters.
Oh, I love those guys.
One of the most fun broadcasts.
I'm not as funny as those guys, so I can't hang with them. Had a chance to do 45 minutes with them last year. A lot of fun. Love what they're building up in Asheville. It's a great scene. If you get a chance, if you're a fan of either one of these teams and you get a chance to go follow your team to Asheville, that is a great road trip in the NPSL Southeast.
There's a lot of good road trips. You want to go to Chattanooga. You want to go to Asheville. Greenville's a fun spot now. Yep. Furman University, beautiful venue. New Orleans is a bit of a trip.
That's a long one. That's a great road trip, but that's a long one. I'll take the short trips. See if the Revolution can find a couple quick goals here. They give it away to Raymond again. We've seen the number 10 for Nashville start to sit a little bit deeper and just help in possession.
And the rest, a quick counter opportunity now on Dom Kamar with a long touch, but Alex Harley is still with it. Alex Harley. And in the box. Tiense ball at his feet.
Too many touches.
And
not sure what the foul was called there, but too many touches from Tiente.
Substitution now for Georgia Revolution. Aaron Witten, Mr. Hollywood, coming into the game from Locust Grove, Georgia, Locust Grove High School. He spent some time playing for Oglethorpe this season.
Had a chance to see Witten in high school play in the state playoffs last year. I was really impressed with his work rate. He's going to come in and bring some instant energy for this group up top.
Excuse me, that was Reinhardt University, not Oglethorpe. He also played for Peachtree MOBA in the PDL last season. The Revs always have a good time when they're scrimmaging the MOBA. It's an annual thing.
Keith's unable to win that header cleanly, and it goes back to Adi.
Adi with a very weak punt, though. Harley makes an effort to come back to it.
I think Eric Adi had an idea there. I think he was trying to slice that in for Harley into this little pocket at midfield. Eric Adi usually very strong with his distribution. He's not afraid to try some things. And that one, I think he was definitely trying to drop that into Harley.
Now, Gongalves, who's playing in the midfield today for the Revs, been a little quiet. We haven't called his name much. Hasn't been as active as usual. But a fantastic run here is broken up there by Andreas Gunser.
Gentner with the break up there, and it's Saku who's chasing it down. Ivan Saku just does not stop working for this Nashville squad.
Nashville have 3 guys that can play up top very, very well. You know, they have Ivan Saku, they have Ramon Howell, and then off the bench they have Chuck O'Rourke, who we have not seen yet. And now Alex Harley trying to win a ball in the box. Some very physical play, and Aaron Witten's open. Oh, it looks like he held the ball too long.
Oh, Guadarrama with the save at the near post.
You have to think, though, that Harley had the opportunity to go back post to Aaron Witten, and he might be regretting that later. It could have been
Jonathan
4-3.
Guadarrama with 2 saves on Alex Harley right there. The first one goes right back to Harley. The second one, Harley tries to sneak it into the near post. Guadarrama knocks it away. Corner, back post. Poor effort on the final chance.
Goal kick coming up for International. 85th minute, 4-2, International on top. Very eventful game.
Nashville trying to get some fresh legs into the match. It's going to be Jordan Dunston, whose night is over. Put in a strong shift. Played as a center back, moved over to left back. See Dunston hobbling just a little bit as he comes off.
Victor Tedesco comes in, along with Christian Gomez.
Looks like Andreas Gentner slid over to the left back spot. Nashville gets a big body in. It's the number 6, it looks like. Victor Sato. And it's another sub. I believe it's Howell who has exited for Nashville. Great first half. Kind of disappeared a little in the second half. But smart substitution for Richard Askey, bringing in Victor Stato. He's going to sit in front of this back four, and when the Revolution try to play long and find promise, they're going to have to deal with the big man, 21, Sato.
Throwing.
Cleaning everything up in front of the back line.
Ball on the edge of the box. Play to Rodrigo. Rodrigo cuts in. Rodrigo with space. Rodrigo. Long touch into the hands of Jonathan.
Great individual effort from Gonsalves. Unable to find the final pass, though.
Jack Gurr with a very awkward touch out of bounds for a throw-in for Nashville.
Promise tries to slip it in, just out of sync with Alex Harley. Harley had to hold up his run. He was offside. Now he has to chase Guadarrama down. Smart time wasting from the goalkeeper from Nashville.
Marvelli looks like he's held there. International win the header. And Jack Gurr slides in, takes out International player.
Advantage played, though. It's Ivan Saku who takes the contact from Gurr, able to keep his composure, slips it into Ian McGrath, who slots it home with the left foot. International seeing this game out in a big way. Really impressive performance tonight from Richard Askey's crew. That 5-hour trip was absolutely worth it for Nashville tonight.
The Revs have not played poorly either. I mean, a 3-goal differential doesn't tell the story at all. It's been a very exciting match tonight.
Yeah, much more even game than the scoreline will show. Lots of subs here. She tried to get some fresh legs in for the last couple of minutes.
Kwesi Watts comes into the game for the Revs. The small man wearing number 3. Very, very quick, though, and dangerous with the ball at his feet. Ball played in for the Revs. Aaron Witten lunges, can't quite get there, and Kwesi Watts tries to shove Frank Downs off the ball. The Revs just frustrated now.
Some disagreements with the men in yellow. Gotta say, I've been impressed with the referees tonight. Consistent. That last one was another one where they let the play go. Saku takes the contact from Gurr. but smart play of the advantage.
Gurr plays it back to Audie. Audie's pressured by Chuck Aurora, who finally came into the game up top.
90th minute.
90th minute. What do you say? 3-4 minute stoppage time.
Yeah, there's been a lot of goals, a lot of stuff in the second half, so probably 4 minutes. That's my educated guess for the evening.
Let's see if the Revs can pull a goal back, because goals in favor of your team do matter a lot when it comes to seeding of the NPSL playoffs.
It's vital. Such a short season. Every goal matters. That's why Nashville hasn't just completely dropped off. They've stayed dangerous up top. That's why the Revolution, if they can pull one back, pull two back, it could be vital in seeding and determining who gets a home playoff match.
And Scott Redding comes in the game, the only player to play for the Revs for all 8 seasons since their beginning, since their roots. He comes in for his 58th cap for George Revolution FC, his 2nd cap of the season, first since the Greenville match. We haven't seen him much.
I've seen Scott Redding in a Revolution red and white striped kit for a number of years. Love to see what he's doing off the field as well, getting involved on the coaching side, giving back to the game. Scott Redding's one of the good guys in the NPSL Southeast.
Redding's coaching the Revs reserves team, their ADASL squad, along with Alex Morrison, the owner Eric Morrison's son. Now Jack Gurr with a great string of touches to Rodrigo. Rodrigo looking for a run. Aaron Whitten! Oh, fantastic header into the hands of Jonathan Guatemala.
Great header from Whitten. Nice work down the right side. Good cross to pick out Whitten at the top of the 6. Just unable to get it to either side of Guadarrama.
Possible handball there on Soggy. There was a no call. The Revs are playing with a 3-man back line, trying to pull some goals back and hopes for a better goal differential. This will be a little bit of a disappointing finish, as they did beat Nashville on the road last time they met. The Revs go into some vital games now. Saturday in Knoxville against Emerald Force, and then they have Chattanooga FC at home.
The Enter Nashville squad hosts the Atlanta Silverbacks Saturday night at 7 o'clock. You look at the table, the NPSL Southeast, it's wide open right now. Lots of movement in these last couple of matches to determine who's going to get buys in the playoffs, who's going to host in the playoffs.
It looks like the Jesters in Chattanooga, after tonight's match, will pull a little bit farther away from the rest of the competition, and still about 2 to 3 games for each team to be played. As of right now, the Revs are 3 points above on the playoff line. Greenville FC is behind them. Greenville FC lost 2-1 last night to the New Orleans Jesters in a game they were leading 1-0 the entire match to the last 5 minutes. A stoppage time goal is the only thing separating the two teams.
This win will put Enter Nashville on 17 points in 11 matches. It'll put them in a solid 3rd place in the conference. The Revolution still sit in 5th, and the top 6 make the postseason in the conference. Both Greenville and Emerald Force are not out of it yet. Oh,
a 6th now.
Audie.
Eric Audie beat with a stunner. Wow, that was an embarrassing attempt to save there by Audie.
It slips under Eric Audie. Leonardo Ferreira, substitute for Enter Nashville, with the left-footed rip.
6-2 does not tell the storyline, folks.
He wrecks the goal difference, though. You look at it, Enter Nashville came in even on goal differential. Now they go to a +4. Georgia Revolution came in at a -1. Now they're a -5. And as you mentioned, seeding, goal differential can come into play. That's a big final goal for Enter Nashville.
Final score 6-2 in favor of International FC. Thank you for joining us. I'm Ryan Moletsky along with Jason Longshore. Good night.